And we are indeed underway at the City ground. It starts with Jess Stapleton slamming the ball into the stands. Murray Ward with the throw. What a season she's been having. Back again to Ward, who opts just to scoop it to the edge of the centre circle. It'll be interesting to see how tactically this game plays out. Forest, of course, the best team in the league at keeping possession. It's a real mark of quality, but Bristol City can turn the screw very, very quickly. Ball played in. Not going to do any damage there. We'll run through to Emily Batty. If you look through Forest's stats so far this season, they're averaging 61% possession in every game. Most accurate passes. Real point of pride for Carly Davies. Now she sets her side up. Down this left-hand side come Forest. As with any side, or sides I should say, returning from a break, you often do see a little bit of time just to bed in. It's a brilliant ball down that left-hand side. There was, I think, a fair claim from Lexi Lloyd-Smith that she was pulled back. She's kept the ball in play. Lloyd-Smith, Murray Ward. Back to Lexi Lloyd-Smith again. Will play the ball in. It's not a bad ball towards the back post, and it's an own goal after less than 2 minutes. A disaster for Nottingham Forest. Perhaps a huge slice of luck for Bristol City. But the ball played in down the left-hand side after Lexi Lloyd-Smith refused to give up on it. And Bristol City have immediately made their point after the break. And that is not a nice way to return for Forest to action. It came from Lloyd-Smith just charging down that left-hand side. And that's not great luck for Eberhead, who is the scorer of the own goal. Here's Forest straight to the other side. See immediately the back here of Forest up, and I think they've won themselves a free kick on the relative edge of the penalty area. Well, the dismay from Eberhead as it bounced off her thigh. You can see why she wanted to get involved. There was a player lurking towards the back post, but you can argue bad luck. You could perhaps, I think, fairly argue that Head got herself into a little bit of a mess. And now, though, at the other end, Nottingham Forest do have a chance to immediately create something. And immediately test Fran Bentley. So a few with a chance initially of striking this, but Molly Green will be the one in the end standing over it. Awkward angle if she's going to manufacture something from here, other than a shot on goal. She's going to go with a shot on goal. It's not far away from Green. It's always rising. It was really her only option. Little clip in was possible, but in the end, the right call and not far off. Energetic start to proceedings here at the City ground. Back towards Mustaki, who's had an absolutely brilliant season so far. Of course, a former Bristol City player herself. She'll collect it again here, left-hand side. That's a bit of a wayward pass, though, and Lexi Lloyd-Smith is the wrong player to give it to. Lloyd-Smith will try something from range. Gobbled up by Emily Batty. But Lexi Lloyd-Smith yet again causing a problem. There was some suggestion that Bristol City may well lose her in the next couple of weeks. Whether or not that's true, we'll have to wait and see, of course. We have a number of players in this game today that have been linked with a couple of moves. Forest, well, as of yet, have not added to their ranks. Apparently there is a signing not too far away. Some pressure on here. Very good, in fact, pressure on from Deanne Rose. Refused to let Lawley settle with it. And despite Forest being the side so good at keeping possession, it's been mainly Bristol City doing it so far. Smart turn and a lovely ball forward from Emily Syme, but just ever so slightly overhit. Not her usual mark of quality, Emily Syme, who I think at this rate, you'll be surprised not to see her on the shortlist for Barclays WSL 2 Player of the Season. She's been absolutely remarkable. Scoring, assisting, getting sent off, and in fact that all happened in one match. But it has overall been a season full of amazing goals and amazing performances for her. Same could be said for Mari Ward. Hardy did well to win aside the ball here. Hardy back to Ward. Onto that trusty right boot. Lexi Lloyd-Smith will swing the ball in towards the back post. A couple of flashbacks of the own goal momentarily there for Forest. Overhead to the left-hand side to try and slow things down here. Ingle. Syme again. Emily Syme once more. Little ball inside here to Dafoe. Ward, edge of the penalty area, tries to get the shot away and has scored. Bristol City second. It took a deflection on the way through. But Bristol City, after only 8.5 minutes, are absolutely motoring here. It has been a horrible start for Forest. And a brilliant season keeps on getting better for Mari Ward. An absolutely awful start for the hosts. It could not have been worse, really. Mari Ward, with her first goal of the season, has really made things interesting here. Got the shot away, there's a couple of Forest boots in there, and it just loops away from the Batty dive. And how do Forest respond to this here? Mari Ward. A couple of assists this season. Added a goal now, and, well, Bristol City are flying again here. Ward will chase it down. Well defended in the end by Cara Hamilton, although yet again Forest have made things awkward for themselves. Ward's left-footed ball in. Lexi Lloyd-Smith tries to get it under control. In the end, it runs away from her. Things are tough enough for Forest here without giving themselves added pressure. Ten minutes in, Forest 0, Bristol City 2. Stapleton puts a boot through it there. Hamilton at the other end now trying to chase down and put pressure on Gemma Lawley. Struggled to get Claypole or Rose into things in these opening 10 minutes. Ingle swings it left-hand side, and Ward is onside as well. Left-footed ball in. It's not a bad ball either. Rio Hardy was lurking. You feel that Forest need 2 or 3 minutes just to have a word with themselves here. Such an unbelievable side. Such talent, great keepers of possession, but right now, this is a pretty calamitous start for them. Lexi Lloyd-Smith. England under pressure. Boychalorka chasing down superbly. Ward, little snap ball down this left-hand side. Stapleton with an exceptional challenge. Concedes the throw, but certainly made her point to Lexi Lloyd-Smith. Ward towards the byline. Big burst. She's having a brilliant game so far. Rolls it back into danger. It's a smart pass to find Boychalorka. See what she was trying to do to thread it through, but Esther Morgan able just to track it, calmly deal with it. Again, they're going to try and find Ward, who's having so much joy down this left-hand side. Goes again with that left boot into danger. Dealt with first time by Forest. Still under pressure from Mary Ward. Rose will chase it. Boychalorka will chase as she always does. And now Silla Struck will approach the halfway line. Lloyd-Smith again collects possession. Very good pressure from Amy Claypole, but Mari Ward emerges with it, and that's a brilliant left-footed ball through as well to Rio Hardy. Hardy to the edge of the penalty area. Syme in the centre. Back to Ward again. The trouble she is causing at the moment. Ward's ball across toward the back post is just a little too long. Katie Robinson will chase it. Not had too much of the game down that right-hand side so far. Much of Bristol City's focus has been down their left. But once she starts to settle into this side, she will be, no doubt, a real danger, Katie Robinson. Here's Syme, who's done well. A little bit of an overhit cross. But really, right now, Forest could just do with a breath a reset. To be fair, with whatever can just click them back into gear. Just Stapleton on this right-hand side, Cara Hamilton as well. Need to find a way of dealing with Mari Ward. Lloyd Smith just tries to angle one down that right-hand side. Well read by Ebba Head on that occasion. It's a good touch from Rose. Surely fouled, and in fact is. It's not been too much for Amy Fern to do so far. Referee both of these sides back in November. Nottingham Forest's game against Southampton, and Bristol City, that FA Cup tie against Spurs. Ball down the left here for Claypole. Well, the Player of the Month nominees, of course. Rose has done well. Just need some red shirts in the centre. Edge of the 6-yard box. This is better from Forest. At least making Bristol City think a bit here. And that's a really smart ball down this left-hand side. If it can be kept in, it can. And in fact, the corner has been won off the Bristol City captain. Bright spark there for Forest. Best moment of the game so far for the hosts. Plenty in the centre. Green lurking on the edge of the penalty area. In it comes, 6-yard box. Up into the sky. Green gets ahead to it. Rio Hardy gets an entire leg to it. Forest keep possession. Molly Green. Rose. Does very well up against Ward, does really well, gets away from her. Few options in the centre. Boychlorker puts it back into a dangerous position. It's taken off the toe at the back post. Forest finding their feet. And just as I say that, Amy Claypole passes it straight out of play. That was probably more my fault than it was Amy Claypole's. That is better. And giving Mari Ward something to think about defensively will absolutely help at the other end. Deanne Rose drove past her brilliantly there. Side-footed forward. Launched by Fran Bentley. Lexi Lloyd-Smith trying to get it under control. It bounces off Stapleton. Mustaki calm and collected to get a hold of it. Ball over the top's a very good one for Boychlorker. Deanne Rose is with her. It's got to go to Rose surely here. Chlorker, Deanne Rose, got to get a foot through it. She has! Forest are back in it. Incisive from the hosts. Boychlorker made absolutely the right call. Absolutely the right call in slotting it across to the Canadian. And Deanne Rose gets her first goal of the season. Slotted it home very, very well. And now we have really got a game, folks. 20 minutes in. Rose did well to get it under control, actually. Angled her body perfectly as well. What next in this game? It's our only game of the day, but at this rate we'll have enough goals to cover all the ones we may have missed elsewhere. Sophie Ingle tries from range. Never going to challenge. Big, big boost for Forest, that. Rachel Rowe wants it back and gets it back. She can really pull the strings in the midfield. And the ball down this left-hand side for Deanne Rose to chase. She's likely going to get to it as well. Boyle-Hawker and Hamilton in the centre. Stunted in. Claypole's held it up superbly. There will be a strike from range, and Bentley has to get down low. She may have seen that quite late, Fran Bentley. Forest get the corner. Goes short this time, Forest. Still options in the centre. Molly Green. Green will try from range. Over the bar it goes. Now perhaps it's Bristol City who need to take a second. The short term anyway, Forest seem to have just nullified that problem down the Bristol City left. Worth remembering as well that Murray Ward's really a right back, and she's done so well down the left so far today. Syme putting the pressure on, superb though from Rogers. And now here's Deanne Rose, arms up for an offside, not given, and in fact I think given late. This is a very different Nottingham Forest side to the one we saw in the opening 10. Back to Bentley it goes. Real charge on as well there from Rachel Rowe. Some good play on the ground actually from Mustaki. Lloyd Smith, good turn. Ball clipped for her to chase again. Might be trickier for her to keep this one in. Green was tracking it as well. This game does not feel, 25 minutes in, like we've seen even close to everything. Here's Boyle-Hawker. That's a lovely attempt at the ball through, but it's well tracked by the Wales international. Ingle. Little overhit on the pass. Hamilton. Bit of a dangerous ball, that one, in Bristol City emerged with it. Here's Lexi Lloyd-Smith. Lloyd-Smith! Oh, it somehow stayed out. It seemed for a moment like Bristol City were about to make it 3. And considering the goals she scored this season, considering the quality, the range at times as well that she scored from, I think the 22-year-old will be perhaps a little bit frustrated with herself there. Did everything right at first. Here's Robinson. Struck. Starkey and now Syme. Emily Syme, that is brilliant. Syme towards the byline, there's a few in the centre. Syme puts it across, it's saved by the keeper at the front. Back toward the back post. Mari Ward might try and put a boot through it. She does, there's a Forest body in the way. Some very optimistic shouts of handball. Claypole there, felled by Morgan. There has been mistakes in this game from both sides, but particularly down the wings, you can feel the quality for both teams. You can see why they've both had very good seasons. It's easy to forget at times, actually, that Forest, of course, have not been in this division particularly long. Expectation on them very high despite that. Had that excellent year in the National League last season. And they've certainly settled a great deal better than the likes, of course, of Ipswich Town, who at the moment prop up the Barclays WSL 2. Silastruck gets it forward, but Chloe Mustaki onto it. Hardy trying to cut off the options, but Hodges is found in the end. It's a good gamble. And it's helped Deanne Rose to collect it. Hamilton in support. Deanne Rose trying to get away from Mari Ward and has done again here. The Canadian doing very, very well. Hodges tried to poke it through. Too many purple shirts in the way. And now Lexi Lloyd-Smith would chase it, but it's well read by Emily Batty. Kylie Davies has done an unbelievably good job here at Nottingham Forest. Rose will go up against Morgan. Robinson, little ball forward for Sophie Ingle here. Ingle lofts it over the top. Emily Syme's taking it down superbly. Syme, it's a great challenge. Chloe Mustaki, that is a wonderful tackle. She had to get it right and did. Gets a deserved tap on the hand as well, because she's helped to win her side a goal kick. But over 35 times for Bristol City, Chloe Mustaki. Thought she'll have put in many better challenges than that. Had to be right, and was right. That is an exceptional challenge. That really is a brilliant tackle. Sheila Struck trying to find a little bit of form. And trying to find the ball as well at the moment. Helped out in the end. It's not been the best run for her. Unbelievably talented player, the former Levante defender. Green launches it out. Struck again with the throw. Has that ball stayed in? It has not. Be a Forest throw. 15 minutes and change to go in this enthralling first half. Syme just able to scoop it up. Has Hardy in support. Lexi Lloyd-Smith's in the centre. Oh, it evades everyone. Somehow avoids everyone. And it's slammed clear. Boykalorka will chase it. Ingle. Robinson just shows a little bit too much of it. Concedes the free kick. A few instructions for Amy Rogers from the bench there as well. Not being as involved as she would like to have been so far. Very good ball to Deanne Rose, who's up against Struck. Still Struck maybe a little unlucky there. Heads throw. Wins another throw. Now Chloe Mustaki. Claypole takes it down nicely. Eberhead just tried to noodle it through. Mustaki in again. Fans trying to get the home side a little bit more G'd up here. You do feel there is goals in this game again for both sides. Too much quality on the field. For that perhaps not to be the case. Perhaps one or two who are still a little shaky from mistakes elsewhere in the game as well. Back to Lawley, who appears to have just moved ever so slightly across in this back line. Defer. The Algerian moves it to Mary Ward. Mr. Morgan's been very composed in that back line so far. Sheila Struck. Hardy, one of the league's joint top scorers, of course, with 6. Emily Scarr, Beth Heppel, both grabbing plenty of goals, even though, to be fair, both sides, Durham and Sunderland, not having the best of seasons so far. Here's Ward. Mari Ward again bursting. Hamilton's done very well. Wasn't too many more options other than to boot it clear there. First time that Ward has really been stopped in her tracks. Long throw from Ward, it's a good one as well. Finds Lexi Lloyd-Smith to Ingle. Lloyd-Smith leaves it quite rightly for Ward. Gets towards the byline, has she kept it in? She has. Lloyd-Smith once more. Little drop of the shoulder before the burst of pace and keeps her foot in and concedes the goal kick. Only 22, Lexi Lloyd-Smith. You'd imagine whatever happens with Bristol City, and right now it looks like a very good thing could be happening with Bristol City. You would imagine she will be in the WSL next season. 5 goals coming into today. Some incredible goals in the process as well. Real game changer. Ward, smart play to get away from Cara Hamilton. Still with Mari Ward. Lovely through ball here for Lexi Lloyd-Smith. Pulls it back with that left boot into a dangerous position, edge of the 6-yard box. And cleared away. It has been particularly down this side that Bristol City have caused Forest problems. Hamilton does well there. Hardy with a little move on the shoulder towards the back post, and both Head and Batty go for it. And I think it may well have been Batty who got the final touch. Either way, it's a Bristol City corner. .38 on the clock. Forest 1, Bristol City 2. In towards the edge of the penalty area, steered toward goal. And a foul in the process. Lawley's header causing all kinds of problems. But there was in the end too big of a problem caused for Emily Batty. She is a real problem causer from set pieces, Gemma Lawley. Lovely little nod into danger. I think it's Esther Morgan who's the guilty party in the end. Claypole leaves her foot in, is, I think, okay. A little bit of a hobble. Here comes Robinson. Katie Robinson up against Amy Rogers. I think you'd be asking a lot for Katie Robinson to slot straight into this side. She knows the club well, but not really this set of players. Here's Lexi Lloyd-Smith. The right ball is towards Katie Robinson. Robinson still with it. Slightly overhits the ball as she tries to get away from Eberhead. Mustaki again. Quickest to it. And the ball sits down in the stands. As Bristol City get the throw. Struck to Syme. Robinson. Slammed away by Green. 5 minutes plus added time. You'd imagine there will be a couple of minutes. We've had 3 goals in the game. Mind you, no substitutions or injuries at all. Here is Defer to Mari Ward. Back onto that right boot again, Mari Ward to the edge of the penalty area. It's another excellent challenge. Lexi Lloyd-Smith nodded away on the penalty spot. Ingle. Defer, she can hit them from there and certainly hit that one. This two of Hardy and Lloyd-Smith combining with Ward and some of the movements as well of Sophie Ingle, who's getting further forward than you'd argue she normally does. Causing all kinds of issues. Perhaps a little bit of a moment back to that brilliant goal she scored for Algeria, Marine Defer, which of course helped them to qualify from a position that they really did not look like qualifying from a few weeks ago. Exceptional player. Boychlorka. Claypole loses out to Syme, who's now getting going here. Lexi Lloyd-Smith into the penalty area. Here come Bristol City again. Lexi Lloyd-Smith, it's a weak ball into the centre. Pumps a better ball in this time. Over the head of Syme. The Robins have Forest pinned here. Well read by Hamilton, just steers it away. Well, what she has seen from her side so far, she doesn't look to be outwardly smiling, but I imagine she's pretty delighted on the whole. Charlotte Healy. She'd struck. She's done well. But now to this left-hand side and a chance for Forest to play the ball forward. Deanne Rose is, I think, onside, but Fran Bentley quick to it. Well, through towards Lloyd-Smith. It's a strong challenge. It is not a fair challenge. And Cara Hamilton is going to be pulled up for it. Yellow card. And I think impossible to argue there for the Northern Irish winger. The first card of the season. She's not started too many games. By no means an awful challenge, but it's undoubtedly a foul. And now, in the dying embers of this first half, where it looks like we might have just 1 minute of added, Bristol City will have a chance from range. Ward lurking to that left-hand side, at the moment unnoticed. Marine Defer can hit these. Emily Syme can hit these. As we saw with Molly Green early in this first half at the other end, sometimes the strike is the only real option. It's Emily Syme. She has gone for goal. It's been spilled by the keeper. Hardy picks it back up. Drills it against the defender. Again, it's Mustaki in the way. Ingle nods it back into danger, and good communication for Batty to collect it. To be fair to Emily Batty, it is very wet, this surface at the City ground. Not just from the overnight thaw and the under-soil heating, but it has been raining pretty heavily through most of the morning up to the game. That kind of strike will not be an easy one to deal with. She dealt with it. Struck. Just dropped right in front of her there. And Head and Mustaki had to be quick to it, and were. We're into that minute of added time. Ward. Good ball if Syme can collect, and she can. Syme against Green, captain on captain there. Lloyd Smith with the ball to the edge of the 6-yard box, and Rio Hardy can't get a telling touch to it. Got to take your hat off to Rio Hardy coming into this season. She was asked if an unlikely promotion was possible. Not unlikely, but perhaps difficult promotion possible for Bristol City. She was pretty emphatic that she felt her side were going to be in it. And so far this season, she has proven to be right. Her 6 goals helping toward that as well. There's a poor ball, which Bentley's done very well to get a hold of. Can Forrest get something towards his empty net? Boychlork has gone down, holding, I think, her left knee. Katie Robinson holding her hip as well. Up okay here, Chantal Boychlork. Fran Bentley did brilliantly there, and I think we've had the half-time whistle. A fascinating game in so many ways. It started with the own goal from Ebba Head after what was constant good work down the left-hand side from Mari Ward. Just got a thigh in the wrong place at the wrong time. Only 7 minutes later, it was Ward herself who scored to the edge of the penalty area, a deflected strike that beat Emily Batty. Forrest got back into it, brilliant work from Chantal Boychlork. Picked the pass at the right time, and despite a bit of an awkward body angle, Deanne Rose put home her first goal of the season. Half-time at the City Ground with a no doubt really good second half of football ahead of us. Is Nottingham Forest 1, Bristol City 2. And of course, third plays that promotion qualification game. Against who? In the WSL, we do not yet know. We are finally underway. Mustaki launches it forward immediately. Claypole not going to get to it. Morgan puts the boot through it. Mustaki's throw. A little bit of a messy start to this second half. Green picks it up. Mustaki's ball forward again. Nice little touch and picked up now by Boychlork. This is her kind of position here. Chantal Boychlork finds Head. Rose. Not a bad ball, actually, across the face of the penalty area. Claypole will try and get to it. Lovely turn from Claypole, gets the shot away into the stomach of the Bristol City defender. And now, can the Robins attack? That's a brilliant touch from Syme. Lexi Lloyd-Smith. Rio Hardy getting forward. Plenty of Forest players in there as well. Lexi Lloyd-Smith tried to toe poke it through. Maybe held on to it just a little too long. Forest will have to chase this game. Chances like that may start to build up at the other end. I'm entirely sure that Carly Davies and Forest have a huge amount of choice here. That usual patient possession style might have to be sped up ever so slightly. Foul on Stapleton. Head. Back over the halfway line as Robinson tries to just find a way through. A lot of that attacking was done down the left-hand side for Bristol City in the first half, and maybe left Robinson a little bit isolated on the right. Of course, Bristol City changed ownership a few months ago, and Katie Robinson, you'd imagine, is the first of a number of signings that are not just talented players, but are also perhaps making a little bit of a point as to where Bristol City and the new regime are hoping to take things. Ball swung right-hand side very well by Rowe. Morgan, as she has done throughout the game, very composed. Sheila Struck. At what point do Bristol City perhaps sit back and say, we're happy with things as they are? Certainly not going to be yet, but there will come that time when Charlotte Healy may have to make a call on that. Not going to relax there, albeit Van Bentley absolutely slams the ball clear. Lloyd Smith. Towards Ingle. Ingle clips it over the top, but way too much on it. That's superb from Chantel Boyd-Hawker. Brilliant piece of skill, and now she's away down this right-hand side. There's 3 Forest players in there. It's hit low across towards one of them. And Amy Rogers can't get it on target. That was brilliant from Chantel Boyd-Hawker, though. Rogers unable to turn home her first goal of the season. Another former Bristol City player, of course. Not that long ago either. Big moment for Forest. Head collects it nicely. Rose has support here from Ebba Head, who'll be desperate to try and wipe away that first half own goal. Hamilton is caught, but it still stays with Forest here. Boyd-Hawker does well. Rowe towards Ebba Head. You can see what Head was trying to do with the pass. Bristol City opts in the end not to take the risk out for a throw on this left-hand side. Carly Davies definitely getting a reaction here. Deanne Rose. Still with Rose, tries the cross, foot in the way. Mustaki in with another good challenge, this time at the attacking end of the pitch. Ebba Head has Rose in support. Home side just trying to find a route in here. Rose has kept the ball in play well. Rogers. Amy Rogers just charging on here, has surely won the free kick. And Forest starting to turn the screw a little bit here. Bristol City will have to keep their wits about them because the home side have certainly decided to have a crack at things at the start of this second half. Ingle undoubtedly fouling Rogers there. Towards the back post, nodded back into danger. Still not clear. Ingle has to loop the ball up. And now it could be dangerous because it's Boyd-Hawker up against Lexi Lloyd-Smith. Both sides mercurial talents, one-on-one for a moment there. Forest have mopped it up nicely. Ball is launched forward. It might be a good ball as well if Forest can get it under control. Lawley's gone across and done well in the end. And now look at this turn here from Mari Ward. Ball clips over the top is well read by who else but Chloe Mustaki. Wrong pass though. Flag is up against Boychlorka. Defer. Ball is well read here by Eberhead, who's had a good start to this second half. Smart play down this right though, Emily Syme. Robinson in support, the ball is just overhit towards her. Stacky's done really well to find Eberhead. Just away from Rose as Defer brings it on. Robinson. Well, Rose keeps it in. Almost drops for a teammate as well off the boot of Syme. Pass is read by Lloyd Smith and still cleared away. It's all a little slower, all a little scrappier at the start of this second half. 10 minutes in. Robinson was looking into space for it, eventually dropped down by her feet, but a combination of Forest players have just about dealt with it. Stacky takes it off the toe as well of Rio Hardy before she can get to it. Rose trying to get a grip of it. Sida Struck's done well. It's all just a little bit tighter this. Never head in the end. Kicks it away from Katie Robinson, who's just holding that left ankle. She'll be hoping a return to the WSL, or at least a potential return to the WSL with Bristol City. May, over the next year or two, see her challenging back for that England space. She's not been involved in Sarina Wiegman's squad since 2023. Ingle, that is a beautifully paced ball for Mari Ward. There's a couple in the centre, including Lloyd Smith, who's in a dangerous position. Great save from Fran Bentley. Rose is going to have to try and get clear of this. Comes to Mustaki in the end. Any apologies, I said Fran Bentley there. It was Emily Batty, wasn't it, who pulled off the brilliant save. Did the Nottingham Forest goalkeeper a real disservice there, because this is a top stop from Emily Batty. Lloyd Smith just opening that boot up. The keeper saving well to her right-hand side. Side footer back towards Rio Hardy, who's left-footed touch. Just sees it steered back the way of a teammate. Here's Ingle. Asking a lot of Ward. He charges into it. In the end, it will be a Nottingham Forest goal kick here. Nottingham Forest 1, Bristol City 2. As we approach the final third of the game. That's good play from Cara Hamilton. Ball straight in towards legs. Robinson. There's a dance by Eberhead, who's, considering the game she's had, really come out in this second 45 a lot more confident. Running that line a great deal better for Forest. Shouts of "get higher" from the Forest bench. Mr. Morgan, who's had a very good game. Really solid, composed. Everything that needs to be done, just done with very little fuss. Ball given away by Rowe. Here's Syme. Surely nibbled at the heels there. That will be a free kick. Well, looking towards Nottingham Forest's bench, of course. Tove Almqvist could well be the player to come on and spark some life in down that left-hand side. It's been a tough old run for the Swedes since arriving in September. Certainly has the power and potential to change things. In the meantime, it's Emily Syme for Bristol City here. It's going to be Syme with the strike. It's a cracker. It's going to be turned in by Rio Hardy. And it came from a brilliant free kick from the Bristol City captain. Hardy gets her 7th of the season. Syme is getting, quite rightly, a huge amount of the credit as well. Emily Batty got a hand to it. She did what she could do, but it dropped, and when it dropped, it seemed to take an age before Rio Hardy chased it down and scored what will be the easiest goal she will score this season, or potentially ever. A little tap in. Her 7th of the season that takes her to the top of the goal scorer charts. And more importantly for her side, puts Bristol City 3-1 in the lead here. Again, Syme involved. If she's not involved in the best 11 in this league come the end of the season, her form is going to have to plummet from here. Now with Forest, Boyhlauker. That is a very good ball into a dangerous position as well, nodded wide. At least there's an immediate reaction from Forest. It's actually a good ball in from Chantal Boyhlauker there. And immediately begins the charge along with Rose, as Bristol City begin to play this ball out of their own penalty area. Struck. Syme. What a season she is having. Mustaki launches it forward. Rose will chase it. It will likely be too much for her. Fran Bentley to the edge of her penalty area quickly. Ingle. Her turn to knock it up into the sky. Forest just can't really get long-term hold of the ball here. Struggling to dictate in pretty much any phase of the game. And it's not how they tend to do things. Lloyd Smith won it well. And now, I think we'll be seeing a bit more of this as the second half progresses. A 2-goal lead. Bristol City, I'm sure, will continue to attack, but understandably they'll be in no rush at times to do so either. Boy Halorka tries to skip between both Struck and Syme. And we are, I think, going to see some changes. Deanne Rose will make her way off the field. A bright spark in a very tricky afternoon for the hosts. She'll be replaced by Charlie Wellings, the winger, who herself has still got plenty to prove this season. Undoubting quality in the 27-year-old, but not been a season that's gone the way that perhaps so far she would have liked it to have done. Forest have got to shake something free here. Head up against Robinson. Should be simple enough for Ingle to deal with, but Claypole right at her. Forest do well to emerge with the ball. Kept in brilliantly by Wellings. Rachel Rose just being hunted by Lexi Lloyd-Smith. And again, Rose done superbly. Mustaki, that's a dangerous looking ball. Doesn't find a teammate. Defer tries to move it on quickly. And now a strike from range, which is always rising from Amy Rogers, who may still be running that chance of a 15 or so minutes ago through her mind. And now we are going to see Katie Robinson come off. Not a huge surprise. She's still bedding in. She's still trying to get Matt sharp. And she'll be replaced by Ella Powell, who has had some horrible injury issues this season, but is back amongst it again today. Well, started since September the 14th, Ella Powell. It's the entirety of October. Struck. Launched forward by Gemma Lawley. Ella Powell will chase it. Up against Eberhead. Defer's done well to get away from Wellings. Bristol City just finding those gaps a little bit easier. Well, Mustaki has had an absolutely excellent season, even if it has been a rough afternoon. For a side, she's been good again. Ball towards Boy Halorka. Lawley's done well, but it only comes as far as Wellings, who has the ball taken off her toe. Defer finds Syme. Lexi Lloyd-Smith puts a body across, but Rogers did well just to put her off enough. This is the exact kind of game coming into today that Bristol City perhaps haven't been sparkling in so far this season, in an otherwise brilliant season, of course, against the very good teams in this league, of which Nottingham Forest absolutely are one. Struggled to get wins, I mean, including the reverse fixture between these two, of course. Forest winning 2-1 back in September. Ball just popped up and head unable to get a hold of it. Gloves tossed away. And a pile opting against them. They'll do for someone else in the dugout from the look of it. Powell. Down this left-hand side with Forest. Just needing again to get a hold of it. Green collects. Starkey once again is at point of release, and that ball over the top might be a good one. Boyhalawka trying to use a body against Morgan. The flag may well be up anyway. It's been a quiet game from Morgan, but I think she's done really, really well in that Bristol City defence. Nothing too elaborate. Nothing too far-reaching, but everything just done well, and played that trap and then tracked the run just in case very nicely there too. Molly getting it just about under control. It's been a better day so far for Fran Bentley, of course, as well. The last time these two sides met, goal in the end classed as an own goal in that one. It was the one that, in fact, won Nottingham Forest the game. The same, of course, could be said for Sophie Ingle, who was sent off in that game, albeit it was a red card that was fairly swiftly rescinded afterwards. Ball now towards Rio Hardy. Flag is raised. Another good season so far from Rio Hardy. You'd be stunned if she doesn't roll comfortably into the double figures. Proving to be a very, very shrewd signing from Rangers. Starkey. Little touch towards Eberhead, who opens the body well, and now a chance for Rachel Rowe to get down this left-hand side. Does brilliantly to find the ball for Chantal Boyhalawka. And again to Eberhead. You can see what Rowe was trying to achieve with where Head was moving, but cleared away. And we are going to see another change here. No great shock to see Tove Almqvist come on. Amy Claypole, who's had a brilliant season, but a quiet game, will make way. Tove Almqvist makes her way on. So much talent in the Swede, but season that's not quite reached that yet. Not shown huge amounts of it. Did pick up a booking when these met back in September. Forest can find a way to unlock Tove Almqvist a little bit more often. That is going to be massive for them. Hardy lets the ball bounce over it, and in the end concedes the free kick. Hardy chases it straight down against Green and has done really well. Well, Green will emerge with it. Now towards Almqvist. Good ball through towards Wellings. Tries to get the ball across, wins the corner. Almqvist immediately involved. They've had some chances in this second half. Arguably no better than that for Amy Rodgers. Can Forest make things interesting going into these last 15 minutes here? Rowe and Green on the edge of the D. Plenty of movement from the likes of Stapleton and Boychlauker. Almqvist in there as well. Comes into a dangerous position, nodded away at the near post. Drops down towards Green, who clips back into a very dangerous area. It wouldn't drop for a red shirt. Cleared away. Boychlauker just kept running from the set piece there. We'll collect it. Opts not to run it. Back into this Forest back line. Good pass to find Rachel Rowe, who's got through two here. It's Rowe still going. Is it going to drop for Almqvist, who tries to lay it off towards Wellings? It's Rowe. It's dangerous here for Forest. They need to find a way through. Out for a corner again. But better again from the hosts. Brilliant from Rachel Rowe. Just kept on going. Another corner. In it comes. Towards the back post and somehow not steered in. Claims of a handball, which the referee immediately strikes down. It was Wellings at the back post. It was always going to be very, very difficult with a mass of bodies in front of her. It's a sustained spell of pressure here from Forest. Drop to that back post for Wellings. And it's right at the body of Sophie Ingle, who had her arm in her defence right across her chest. Third corner in as many minutes for Forest. Slammed clear and free kick given. Right, it's around about now we give you an update on what's been happening elsewhere, but of course today nothing is happening elsewhere. All games barring this one postponed. And just another reminder, you will be able to watch all of those rearrangements and every game this season on this Barclays WSL 2 YouTube channel. As things stand, Bristol City will still sit in third. Forest will be potentially dropping a little further down the order. And we're going to see another change here. It's going to be Lexi Lloyd-Smith who is replaced. In fact, we're going to get a number of replacements, including a debut for Jessie Gale, whose form at Portsmouth was absolutely superb. She scored in 5 of her last 6 matches, Jessie Gale. It's a really good signing from Bristol City. Emily Syme will be replaced by club captain Vicky Losada. Losada is an incredible talent, of course. Had a couple of injury issues this season. And Camilla Saez will also make her way on. The West Ham loanee. It was potentially a small surprise she didn't start here, but she replaces Silla Struck, who's had a very solid game, and I'm sure will be delighted to have got the second half of the season started in a slightly better way than the first half of the season ended. Three changes that you could argue signal some deserved confidence from Charlotte Healy. As the Morgan appears to have just switched to this right-hand side, which is no shock with Sayers coming on. She'll move on to the left. Mustaki's throw. Boychlorka can change the game, the drop of a hat, but odds are against her here. Does well to win the corner. Can Forrest make something of this one? In comes that corner kick. Up into the sky. Stapleton will challenge for it. Cleared strongly. And it's one that's going to be chased by two Robins, including Gale and Losada. Green able to just scoop it on. Ball knocked on as well again, but Bristol City just easing down the gears. We've seen stranger, of course, in football, but it does feel like perhaps today's job is done. Very good turn from Gale. Has got the run to the right-hand side. Jessie Gale is still going towards the penalty spot. Now to Ella Powell. Heading just away. It's another good ball in. Ingle will collect it. Turn from Gale, who gets it back towards Ingle. Hardy just tries to steer it back to her teammate. And Batty just able to shepherd it away. Some nice football from Bristol City there. Did get a quick glimpse of what Gale will add to this side. She's so direct, so quick. Boychlorka takes the ball brilliantly. Defer will challenge Rogers. And now again with Boychlorka. Chantal Boychlorka towards Rowe. Had to jump toward the ball. Almost threaded through as well from Hamilton. Forrest had done brilliantly. Almqvist kept going there, Tove Almqvist. This is better from Forrest, but they need to get some end product on it. This is good from Rogers. Puts it back into a dangerous area, but dealt with by Bentley. There wasn't too many red shirts in support there. Morgan dances inside. Clip back towards Ella Powell, who is then clipped herself. Ella Powell just taking a moment, looked a little bit uncomfortable. Well, this is Roger's strike. It was straight at Bentley in the end. And that is a very smart ball forward towards Gale, who appears to be onside and has scored on debut. She was completely alone, and her phenomenal run of goal scoring continues. Jessie Gale, who's barely been on the field 5 minutes, loops it over Emily Batty. And Bristol City aren't just winning, they are strutting here. Absolutely brilliant composed finish. She timed her run brilliantly as well, which arguably is more impressive than the goal. And that is a way to make a statement on your debut. A great finish. And when you look through Jessie Gale's form, the Arsenal loanee has been unbelievable. Scored against Palace, against Sunderland, against Birmingham, and in the Subway Women's League Cup against West Ham in a row. Got 45 minutes for Portsmouth against Charlton. Obviously left the club not long after scoring against Newcastle. And on the score sheet again today. There are very few in the form that Jessie Gale is in front of goal at the moment. Another potentially brilliant signing from Bristol City. But definitely a brilliant day for them here as well. Here's Ward, not involved as much in this second half. Into a dangerous position. It's going to be won as well here, I think, by Defoe. And the free kick won by Forest. Almqvist charging forward, rod on by the fans as well. Tove Almqvist still going here. That's a brilliant touch from Almqvist, who's done well to find Boy Halorka, who slotted home a goal for Forest. Brilliant play from Almqvist. And Boy Halorka, exactly as you'd expect, composed in front of goal. Gale's goal immediately chalked out. For a result, it may well not matter. For confidence, it may be important. 5th goal of the season. She has more shots on target this season, or averaged more shots on target this season than any player who doesn't play for Birmingham City. There's a number of course, ruthless sorts in that Birmingham side so far. She's had a great year. And is this Ella Powell who's coming off? No, it's not. For a second there, I did worry after that knock to Ella Powell. But it's going to be Defoe, who I think is replaced here. It is indeed Marine Defoe to be replaced by Malaika Mina. Not long for Mina to change a great deal. She might not need to with where Bristol City are currently sitting. And a quick moment as well for Tove Almqvist, who's obviously had a tricky run of things since arriving in September. That was a brilliant assist in the end from her. And if nothing else, that's a big tick for Nottingham Forest today. Almqvist with a goal contribution. Losada. Now this is the run from Almqvist. I mean, just kept going here. Had the option to the right-hand side. Cut inside well, and then that is brilliant. And that is very, very composed indeed. Starkey. It's a strong sliding challenge, but a fair one from Hardy, who then receives one herself. Powell. Little touch towards Gale, who has undoubtedly made an impact on her debut. And it's going again. She's so quick. Here's Malaika Mina. That's a really smart pass from Mina. Hardy, brilliant save from the keeper. It was straight at Emily Batty, but she still had to be there. Swung into danger. Hardy again tries to get a boot to it. Keeper does well, but wouldn't have mattered either way. Next weekend, of course, we've got the FA Cup action. Bristol City will travel to Southampton. For Forest, they, of course, also head down to the south coast as they take on Brighton. Next Barclays WSL 2 games. Well, Forest host Sheffield United here in 2 weeks' time. That could be quite a big game, that. And Bristol City, well, they'll be hoping to take all 3 points, but Ipswich Town will be wanting to spend the second half of this season a little less, for want of a better phrase, weathered this season. Back towards Molly Green. Rogers. Boy Hawker. Nice little layoff from Rogers. Ball through. Little too long, and Mary Ward is able to collect it. We thought this game might have goals. It has done. We thought this game would have big moments of quality. It has done. 4 minutes of added time. And it feels unlikely, but if Forest were to land a blow here, up ahead. That's a brilliant ball through to this left-hand side for Wellings. Can Forest land a blow here? Cleared away on the penalty spot. And Gale just using her body to ease Mustaki away, who, to her credit, is laughing it off. (1,093) have made their way into the ground today, which, considering the weather, is a very nice number. There was Welling's ball across, just couldn't find a teammate. It was read by Ward in the end. Two and a half minutes to go. Bit of an awkward ball from Ward, but Malaika Mina in the end sweeps it back towards Morgan. Powell just caught Gale a little bit unaware. Launched on and nodded away by Powell. Bristol City will be happy for these last couple of minutes for the ball to sit exactly where it is now. I don't think she'll be happy in any way, shape or form today. Carly Davies, it has not gone her side's way. They started slowly. And while we've seen a couple of goals for them and some moments of quality, it's been a rough old restart for them. Losada loses out here to Head. Ebb ahead, there is an option to the right-hand side. Amina moves it off the foot of Rachel Rowe. And now Losada's able to pick up a stray ball. Hardy there, Gale there as well. Problem was Green was in the way. Great turn from Rowe. Now down this left-hand side for Wellings. Charlie Wellings has to just pull the ball back. Boy Halorka from range. Not as far away as it initially looked like it might be. But that may well prove to be the final chance of the game. Was always going to take something unbelievably special. She's capable. Wasn't to be on that occasion. Surely the last few seconds here. Gale will chase it down against Jess Stapleton. Halorka loses out. Almqvist, a big day for her with an assist. But that will be it. We've seen 6 goals, but 4 of them have gone the way of Bristol City, who take a very good win as part of their charge back toward football in the top level. Amy Rogers had a chance at the start of the second half to maybe make things a little bit tighter. There was a chance she couldn't take. Forest will live to fight another day. There was really very little for Amy Fern to do today, the match referee. Katie Robinson's debut will, I don't think, be an indicator of how well things go for her. Jess Gale will be hoping her debut is an indicator. A lovely looped finish. Carly Davies, I think, getting her players together as quickly as she possibly can. See Tova Almqvist in there as well. I'm sure she'll be delighted that she's finally racked up an assist. But Charlotte Healy, well, she'll be a very happy camper. 4 goals for her side. Some real quality in there as well. Big smile from Fran Bentley. And Mary Ward, particularly in that first 45, was exceptional. Keep an eye on Jess Gale. She really has been in phenomenal goal-scoring form. Rio Hardy in there, of course, as well in the second half to tap home after a brilliant Emily Syme free kick. That will be, if such a thing exists, a very happy circle there. Because Bristol City have taken all 3 points, and they've done it on the whole in pretty emphatic fashion. Nottingham Forest have headed straight to the changing room. I think it'll be a very different kind of conversation. It's finished at the City Ground in today's only Barclays WSL 2 tie. Nottingham Forest 2, Bristol City 4. Well, just another reminder, you can watch every Barclays WSL 2 game with us on the YouTube channel at Barclays WSL 2, including all of those rearranged fixtures from today. This the last game standing, and a very good game to be the last one standing as well, to be fair. In just a moment, we'll take a look at the highlights from the game as well. In fact, we can do that now. And this, folks, is a different game, so we will look at those highlights. Albeit that was an excellent goal from Jess Simpson, to be fair. So a round of applause in that circle. You do wonder how much Bristol City could end up this season challenging for the title itself. It does look at the moment, feel like anyway, that Charlton have it wrapped up unbeaten. 8 wins from 11, 3 draws. But they are no doubt putting pressure on second place Birmingham. And if they can turn things around against Charlton, when they meet again shortly, oh, Bristol City will be right in it. Now, of course, that derby, which we saw a clip of a moment ago, was a comfortable win for Southampton. Portsmouth have had all kinds of problems, not including losing Jess Gale, of course, in the end of her loan. So many defensive injuries this season. I mean, they've had to pace what they can together. And sadly for them in that derby, they did receive a bit of a pasting. Southampton winning comfortably 4-0. Those are the 3 games that we did not see today. The local derby between Durham and Sunderland, Ipswich against Charlton, and Newcastle Birmingham, which would have been a cracker. But we had a cracker here as well. At the City Ground, Nottingham Forest 2, Bristol City 4. Considering we only had 2 games, 10 goals is not a bad haul, is it? Another example of why the Barclays WSL 2 is always worth a very big look. Well, we'll take a look, shall we, at some of the numbers from the game. We'll be bringing you the highlights very shortly as well. 29 shots in total. There's no doubt the Forest were much better in the second half than they were in the first. Forest really did find some better ways to attack, but it did open the game up, and that's when we saw the goal for, of course, Jess Gale. That brilliant reaction from Rio Hardy to be the first one, attuned to the fact the ball was coming back from that signed free kick. 16 fouls in the game, but it just didn't ever feel like the referee had much to do. It was open, and it was fairly fought as well. So a reminder of the table as it stands. Charlton sit top, Birmingham City in second, and Bristol City have continued to solidify that third place spot. Newcastle United, of course, not in action, but under this new regime, have begun to look, certainly before the break, more and more interesting for the promotion challenge as well. No doubt a good season for Southampton so far. It's Durham that perhaps are the biggest underperformers. Adam Furness has got an awfully big job to do there. They sit joint second bottom with Portsmouth. That's despite the likes of Molly Lambert and Beth Heppel having very, very good seasons. Sunderland and Sheffield United may well be looking at themselves as perhaps having underperformed as well. Particularly with the attacking power that Sunderland hold. Of course, one of the best strikers in the league in Emily Scarp. But it is Charlton who, before the break, really set the pace. At one point in the final game before that break, they were looking like they were on the verge of maybe losing that unbeaten record, but late goals gave them all 3 points, of course, against Nottingham Forest. And a big day for the birthday as well, of course, of Emma Bissell, who got the winner late in that one. Right, let's take a look at the highlights from this game, shall we? Now, and of course, there was some excellent football. But this all started very early on, the opening 2 minutes, in fact. Lexi Lloyd-Smith did superbly to ride that, what was definitely a foul. And then the interchange here with Mari Ward, who was unplayable at times in the first 45, resulted in this, the thigh of Ebba Head. And the lead for Bristol City so early. Swede just, well, either trying to steer it wide or into the arms of Emily Batty. Either way, it didn't work. Only 7 minutes later, came Bristol City again. Ward's deflected strike took too much of a loop over Emily Batty's dive. And Bristol City at that point looked very comfortable. Forest needing at that point to wake up a little bit. And wake up they did. Mustaki's brilliant ball over the top. She had an excellent game. Chloe Mustaki found Chantal Boychlorka, who just knocked it into the path of Rose, the Canadian, getting her first goal of the season with an excellent finish. She actually had a very good game. That is not easy from that angle at all. That's a fantastic finish. That got Forest back into it. But then came this. Symes' free kick was exceptional. I think Batty actually got a touch to keep it out, but there was nothing that was going to stop Rio Hardy from getting her 7th goal of the season. Running in and tapping it home. Easy peasy for the striker. And that gave Bristol City a 3-1 lead. Then came the debutante off the bench, Jess Gale. That's 6 in 7 for her now. The brilliant looped finish. That is an example of what Bristol City fans are going to see from her an awful lot this season. It was the run that was perhaps even better than the finish. Timed it to perfection. And a big moment for Tove Almqvist as well. She's not been contributing as much as she wanted going forward. She can rack an assist on there as well as Chantal Boychlorka stroked the ball home for the final goal of the game. A couple of moments that Forest might be able to build from. Her very good season continuing. And maybe Almqvist is off and running now. She does so well here, Tove Almqvist. That's brilliant. But it wasn't, in the end, enough. Well, thank you for your company today at the City Ground for what's been a really good game. It is a game that Bristol City have in the end emerged fairly comfortable victors from. And with no one else playing so far today, in fact, at all today, they have maybe made a statement and given a few teams something to think about at the top of the table. It's finished. Nottingham Forest 2, Bristol City 4.